You're a creator, you're not a reactor. Yeah, you do react to things, but who you are and what you're here to do is to create. Yeah, most of us live our lives as a reactor. We want to smile. We want to do this. That's something we all want. Yet, we wait for the person or the circumstance to bring that to us, and when it doesn't, then we tell the story of, well, they're not making me happy, or I'm not getting what I want. Because we're creating from a reactive point of view. No matter what, your world is a reflection of your current story you're telling yourself about how the world is, how your current situation is. But the story we're often telling isn't a creative story at all. What it is us simply responding and telling the story of what is right now. Well, I don't feel well, and I keep meeting all these people that are taking advantage of me, and all these situations are like this and like that. And so we're continuously recreating them over and over again. What it means to be a creator, however, is to not determine the story you're telling in your head by how the story is in the world. For example, I have been listening to Mike Dooley. First, I want to tell an example of, if you want to smile, just go like this. Smile like that for a minute or two in the morning and consciously do it. Because, one, it feels really good, and two, smiling and the energy it transmutes is the most powerful creative force in the entire world. When you're doing that right now, you're telling the story to the universe that you like that. And when you're doing that, the universe is bringing the situations and the people to you for the future that will make you smile. So you're creating in the present moment by doing that. Next is that I've been listening to Mike Dooley. Mike Dooley is a guy that has the notes for the universe. He has an audio tape that I've been listening to. He says that basically, I think he says that the main affirmation he was doing for his life was, I am a happy, spiritual, international multimillionaire. Now, Tony Robbins says, the results you want, somebody else has already got them before. If you want those results, follow what somebody else has done. Now, I don't know about you, but I like Mike Dooley. He's a best-selling author, and he has done a lot of the things that I want to accomplish in my life. I said, I'm going to start saying that all day, all the time, and I'm going to feel it, and it's going to feel good. And so I started doing that. And like, I don't know, 4 days ago, 5 days ago, and not just telling that story over and over, not just telling that story over and over again, but feeling what it feels like inside of myself. And instead, most of us use affirmations like this. We tell the affirmation, I'm this, I'm that, I have this, I have that. But then, a day or 2 days later, we start looking into the world to tell the story. Well, it's not here yet, and now this is happening. And then we immediately shift to a reactive point of view from how we're creating, instead of continuously staying in the creative point of view. So, I started doing this. Yesterday, I went to the farmer's market in San Diego. I was selling my book, Into the Wind, which you can get below. And I sold 68 books in 3 hours. That's a lot of books. The top best-selling New York Times best-selling books sell like 20, 30, in a day at the bookstore. And I sold 68. So that was really, really good. I sold a lot of books and I made a lot of money. Afterwards, one of the vendors, there's about 40 vendors on the avenue that I was at, and the vendor came up to me, he's like, wow, you had a really good day. And I was like, yeah, I had a really good day. And I think I had the most traffic and probably the most sales at the farmer's market per numbers of purchases. Somebody else maybe made more money than me because I'm not selling my book for $100, but I had a lot of customers. And I liken that to two things. One, my affirmation, and two, that I kept telling myself this story of what I was instead of saying it's not, I am this, but now it's not here. So then instead your I am turns to I was, but now I'm not because the world looks like this. Instead, I just kept telling myself this story over and over again of what I was. That's what it means to be a creator rather than a reactive. Really, what it boils down to is you're always creating, no matter what. But usually we're just creating from a reactive point of view. So what I am offering you to do is to create from a creative perspective and to not look to the world for how you're going to tell your story. That's what it means to be a visionary. A visionary is someone who continuously operates from the vision they see within themselves, and they react to that rather than the outside world. So that's what it means to be a creator rather than a reactor. That right now you can pretty much do most anything you want. Really, what you want is a feeling though, and you can generate that feeling right now with anything, with an affirmation. I am a New York whatever you are. I am a New York Times bestselling author, or I am a happy spiritual international multimillionaire, and you can be that right now and generate the feeling, which is really what you want. And when you're generating the feeling of that over and over and over again, then the outside world's going to create to that. If you cannot start telling the story about how it is not here yet. Hey, do you want to reverse the facts that right now America's at the highest rate of clinical depression ever? Do you want to take happiness into the win? Well, press subscribe, share, and then share a smile with the next person you see. Ready, go, go, go!